Hello and welcome to Vigas Mudra channel. I am Hari Kumar with Insights. Currently, there is an acrimonious debate going on in India about who is responsible for the surging prices of petrol and diesel in the country. The debate was sparked off by a remark made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi a few days ago that certain states in the country are refusing to lower the value added tax which states impose on petrol and diesel despite repeated requests from the union government. The words of Prime Minister were met with instant rebuttals by chief ministers who said the Prime Minister is trying to pass the buck. They said the union government is actually responsible for the spike in prices of petroleum products. Now, what is the truth in this debate? And what is the impact of rising prices of petrol and diesel on the economy? Is it leading to high inflation? And what is the way out? What should be done to minimize the impact of high fuel prices on the economy? Let us think about that. First of all, let us discuss about the arguments raised in the debate. Now, the first and foremost thing is the petroleum tax is not a simple thing in India. It is a litany of taxes and surcharges, then again cess also. Now the center charges excise duty, state charges value added tax. Again, the excise duty collected, part of the excise duty collected by the union government is distributed. Let us check about it. The center charges two types of taxes on petroleum products. That is, one is basic excise duty, second is cess and surcharge. According to media reports, almost 56% of the taxes levied by the union government is in the form of cess and surcharge, and 44% is basic excise duty. Now, remember, the basic excise duty has to be distributed with the or shared with the states, but the cess and surcharge the center can retain with itself. Now the states charge value added tax, but there is no uniformity. While a state like Odisha charges around 32% of value added tax, Uttar Pradesh is charging much less at say 24% or something like that. In the case of Kerala, it is 30.8% value added tax. So value added taxes differ across the country, and this is also one of the main reasons for the differing fuel prices in different states. At present, the taxes collected by the center is like that. Say on petrol, the center is collecting around 28 rupees, and on diesel, the center is getting 22 rupees. While the tax collected by the center is fixed across the country, the tax collected by states vary. So there is now we have got answer to the first question: who is responsible for the high petroleum prices? Now it is not just center; the states are also responsible, and in fact, some states are getting more share of taxes than the union government. The other day, former Kerala Chief Minister Chandi pointed out that Kerala actually is getting a higher share of taxes collected from petroleum products than the union government. So this is the case with some other states also. But there is another aspect. A state like Kerala, which doesn't have many avenues to collect revenues, has to depend on petroleum taxes for its existence. And the states complained that after GST was introduced, many of the taxes which they used to levy are not available at present. So they are unwilling to reduce taxes. But at the same time, the argument that union government is solely responsible for the high petroleum product prices, it doesn't hold ground. The states are also responsible. This is one thing. Now, what is the impact of high petroleum prices on the economy. Definitely, it leads to inflation. The reason is that in India, the last minute delivery of many commodities are made with vehicles which run on diesel. So any price rise in diesel is going to increase the price of many commodities, including essential commodities. But at the same time, the price rise in the market may not be proportional because the traders may use this opportunity to collect disproportionately higher charges or prices. So that is for the union and the state governments to monitor the situation, to monitor the economy, and take necessary action, including punitive action. We have to remember that a majority of the trains in India are run by electricity and not by diesel. So the price rise in petroleum products, in fact, need not affect the railway freight charges. But at the same time, it could be pointed out that the power stations may be generating power with the help of petroleum products. But that also doesn't hold water in India because a majority of power producing stations, more than 70% of the total power produced in India, are not from petroleum product based stations. Majority of power generating stations in India are fired by coal. So the argument that the power generating stations are affected by the high prices of petrol and diesel, that is not exactly the truth. But yes, there are stations. So this calls for strict monitoring of the economy and other steps by the union and state governments, perhaps jointly, to prevent the price rise. There may be other reasons also for the inflation. Now, this proves that both the union as well as the state governments are responsible for the high fuel prices existing in India. But because the taxes imposed on petrol and diesel is a litany of taxes and there is complexity involved in the distribution or sharing of taxes, it is easy for the arguing parties, for the opposition as well as the union government to blame each other. In fact, the states as well as the union government needs to act together and monitor the situation and take punitive measures if necessary to control the price rise. That is for now. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye and namaskaram.